at that big old thing. My wife out there playing with bugs. Where'd you catch that?
On the grill.
Do what?
On the grill.
Okay, now I'm going to start welding, or have Philip try and do some of this later. This is going to be the pane. The way that the plan's set out is basically you'll put these, on here like this, right, with one of these on each side, and then a 1/2 inch spacer in between. So probably find a little 1/2 inch piece of board over there, and I'll cut up a few of those, maybe little pieces, and put them all in there, and then see if I can't clamp it somehow. So that'll be the biggest pain, because it's going to be a bunch, and you're going to have to skip around, do here, do there, do there, do there, do there, do there, and then let it cool for a little while. Otherwise you'll end up with this nice warpy piece. So, okay, well, sorry I didn't get any welding or anything of this. We're kind of pressed for time. We need to have it done by tomorrow evening, and we didn't get it done, so I had him out here welding this last night, and then tonight when he gets home he'll probably weld up the two sides. And I'm just going to wire wheel this down a little bit, and get some of the welds a little bit, but this is going to be the bottom anyway. And then I'm going to wire wheel it real good, and then I'm going to go and coat it with some oil and season it a couple times in the oven. That way it'll be a nice, good grill. Right now I just took some of that 1/4 inch rod and figured out over here on the paper, and then put it in a calculator of approximately what I want. These are going to be the hangers for the grill rack. So I've got the 2 hooks bent on the ends here. I changed the angle iron, so I'm not going to drill 4 holes in them like I had planned. So these are just going to go on the 2 end pieces of rod. This side, since we have the spacing a little bit off right here on this grill, I've seasoned it about 3 times, so that's why it looks nice and dark. This side was off a little bit on the spacing because the dowels, I guess, were cut a little bit off or something. Anyway, so we got double over here and then a single here. So I'm making this where we can, so this side I'm going to have to make kind of squarish like that, so that it can hook in, like this over the 2. Whereas this side, the other one, will just hook over the last end one and works fine. So just marked it right here. I kind of lined it up here, see where I need to make my next bend, and it's just right there. So what I'm doing is putting it in right at the, just a little above where the vise is going to be, so that it's not quite right there. And then when the bend comes, it should be just about right. This one's going to be cutting it a little close, but I don't want to change the length on this too much. Could cut another piece. I got a whole nother piece of rod, but I'm just going to save it. I can probably make this work and put him in there. All you got to do is get the bend started, and then you can hammer it out or use the vise. But I just want to start it right there at that right spot. So. Much of a hook on that one. I may need to cut another piece. We'll see if I can get this one to work. Just gotta have a little bit of a lip, so get him in here and close him up a little bit until he looks about right. Okay, and I just straighten him out some, and yeah, that's gonna probably work. Yeah, I think that'll work. So that way it just doesn't, you just don't want it to slide off. So you gotta have a little bit of a bend in there. It was just the same length as this, so they should hang pretty evenly then. If I can get them bent in about the same spot. So this one I'm just gonna mark in the center. This part doesn't have to be as accurate or whatever, because all you want is a loop for your S-hook to hang on right here, right? So this one will go on this side, and you just hang your rack there, and then you'll hang your chain. I'll have it all hooked up here in just a little bit. So for this, just want to get him started right here. And it needs to be sideways, so make sure these are, you can use them as levers, because you'll want it to hang and point towards your thing, not pointing out. So I'm just going to bend it right there, get him going. Okay. Once you have him started, you can just put him over here and bend him like the old springy chest hair puller exerciser. And there we go. That's what I want right there. This one should be almost the same. Yep. And then you got this right here. There you go. Alright, now I just got to sand these off and paint them. And I think that's the last thing we have to do. Okay, so here's these things. With the two small loops on this side for this one. For just the rod, and then the bent ones right here for the two rods, and then we'll just hook on there like that. And now you can remove the rack if you want to, and hold it like this, and then it'll just hang there over the fire. That's what you can do. Now you could, hindsight, I already cut these off, but what you could do is go ahead and put them on here, and then get you some vice grips or something and bend them around, and then you just kind of have a foldable type right here like this, and then it would fold down. On my next rack I'll probably do that. This one I don't have time, so I'm just going to have to make it like this, and you could use these as hangers for something else later if you needed to. But for now, originally I did it this way so that you could break it down, but I didn't realize that they would fold pretty easily like that. You just have to make sure you leave enough gap here that they don't hit when they fold down, so you'd have to wrap that kind of on around you know, like a little S or something, and then they would swivel down like that. I was going to paint these, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go in and put them in the oven and season them up also like that one. Just lightly coat them with some vegetable oil or, you know, the white Crisco stuff, and then just wipe off the excess. Stick them in the oven at 350 for an hour, and then turn off the oven, let it cool down. I did this one 3 times, so it got a good, you know, a good surface on there, and it comes out really good. So I'll probably do these 2 or 3 also. They're not going to be as important. You just want to make sure they don't rust too much. So, but this, you want to make sure you get coated real good, and I would, you know, season it every time you use it. But anyway, that's the way you do it. So please join us. Subscribe, like, do all those comments like that. Leave us whatever feedback you can, and we'll take it and run with it. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.